Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel and welcome to your daily energy check. Let's get to the reading right away. Today is going to be a classic read. The last question I'm going to ask is going to be guidance and love for each of the twins, and I'm going to be using the love oracle cards for that. But first, as always, we'll start in with a quick oracle message, and today is the whispers of the ocean. Hope you guys are doing great. Let's see. Remember to check out your April horoscopes on my other channel, Mindful Bamboo. And of course, if you like what I'm doing, don't forget to like the video, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're new. And if you're new, welcome. I have a trailer on this channel now, so hopefully if you're new that you can click into the home page and there it is. And I talk a little bit more what this is about. And if you're looking to navigate the channel, it's pretty simple because I'm doing daily readings like 95% of the time. But if I do something else, they go into a specific playlist, so you can check out the playlists to see what's what. And of course, I post links to my show Mindfully Awake. Feminines. Your card of the day is Every Step Counts, number 10. There is an advantage in taking things slowly. Breathe deeply and fully as you consider your options. Taking things slowly is not a bad thing. And you know what? I'm reminding myself that from time to time as well, because, you know, being from a corporate background, managing things, like always working towards deadlines, milestones, unblocking people, you know, and processes and delivery, all that stuff. It winds you up in that sense that that's what you become in life. Because you can't really, if you're truly authentic, you can kind of like be one personality in your personal life and then another personality in your work life. Those habits, they are part of you now, whether you like it or not, right? So that became part of my life. And on the one hand, I knew that it's so cool that I keep myself busy and I'm always like going in whatever I'm doing. You know, I'm building ambitious plans for the day, the week, the month, and I'm just getting so much stuff done. Everyone's amazed, right? Like, it's great, right? But then it's like, is that really me or is it my ego talking, right? Because yeah, that's something that would be encouraged in my family, maybe at school, maybe in society at large, right? Like the go-getters, so to speak, right? The more you do, the somehow more value you have. But as we get onto spiritual path and we focus on our health, wellness, happiness, it almost becomes the opposite way, like the other way around, right? And there's so much value in slowing down, in giving yourself time. I was actually recording a quick video just recently about like my daily routine or something like that. And I was like, you know what? A big part of my routine is to set some time aside when I don't have any plans. That's a conscious choice for me, so that I can have that space and time for whatever feels right, whatever feels good in that moment on that day. So yeah, savor the slower pace and notice the details. That's usually when you can recognize the details, both positive and negative, you know, whichever way you want to color them. For masculines, number 15, adrift in shallow water. Take a few deep breaths and reconnect to your inner peace. Notice the small things and appreciate them. Yeah, well, I've just spoken about the small things, but this is for like when it's a little suffocating even, you know, like it's not just slow, but it's like somebody's putting pressure on you. And you're thinking, oh, now it's like getting harder to breathe, right? Like, oh, I'm so uncomfortable. And it's like, you know, the instinct of the body is usually to start moving or to try to get away or whatever it is, right? Like to get it off me. But the important part, and try that hopefully in a more or less safe environment, right? I'm not talking about when there's an actual, you know, life-threatening situation. Obviously, your instinct is on point. But if you can just start breathing deeply and kind of relax your body into it, you'll see completely different perspective from what you're dealing with, whether it's literally physical or it's emotional. And let's face it, in our modern society, like the vast majority of cases that we face in terms of some kind of hardship, some kind of challenge, is the emotional one. Okay, let's see what we have with tarot. Today I'm using the Spellcaster deck. I'm traveling a week from now, and I'll be away for a week. I'll pre-record some of the readings. I don't promise that I'll have them for every day, because I'm literally gonna be gone like 8 days when I'm not gonna be recording anything. I don't think so. I might, who knows, I'll bring like one oracle deck and probably one tarot deck with me on my trip, just because I know there will be people there who would wanna receive a reading. But I don't plan to bring any of the equipment for filming, like nothing like that. I doubt that we'll have decent internet connection to post them, so I'm not planning on any of those. So just a heads up that, if you still want to get in touch with me, get a personal reading or anything else, do it this week, because like this coming week, because the week after that I'm gonna be pretty much gone, and then I'll come back on the 23rd of April. So that's when I'm gonna start following up on emails and messages and everything else. So Knight of Swords, bottom of the deck. It's like there is now that Mercury retrograde is pretty much over, it's gonna be over tomorrow on the 7th of April. There is that rush of like, I want to tell this person how I feel, or I'm suddenly ready for this difficult conversation I've been putting off, right? Like we're to a certain extent being guided, like being sort of like pushed towards saying things that we've kept to ourselves and going for something that we've been delaying. But it doesn't mean that you need to go from 0 to 100, right? That's kind of the point of the cards as well. It's not like just stand still, dig your heels. No, it's like take it slow, so that you don't have a vertigo in the way. King of Cups. King of Cups is never in a rush. King of Cups is the master. Like they're like, I got this. There's no need to be trying to prove something to someone, right? To appear a certain way. It's like, I'm already me, and that's enough. That should be your motto for now, at least. Feminines. Three of Pentacles clarified by the Star. Both of these are about mission and purpose, being a master teacher. Like in this particular deck, it's a lot more vivid than in others. That this is, and of course, especially with the Star together, this is about is either establishing or enhancing your mission and purpose at this time, understanding what your current offering is, or how you present yourself to the world, and where you want this to grow, where you want this to go, basically, right? How do you want to attract your ideal customer avatar, for those who are, if you know, right? And that could be literally anything, right? Depending on what is it that you're putting your energy to, what are you focusing on at this time, right? Or maybe you were like working on autopilot for a while, and now you're starting to take a closer look, and you understand that those methods or means or activities that you used before don't really resonate even with you right now, not to mention people, because if they don't resonate with you, if it's kind of pushed, if it's forced, then it's not gonna attract audience in a natural way, aligned way. So revisit that, see, and that could be part of that every step counts, like maybe slowing down what you're doing, maybe even it's gonna take a toll on, like, I don't know, number of customers or sales or whatever, something tangible, but it will be worth it because you're freeing up space and time and energy to be in that creative mode and to revisit where you are and what you want to do next with all the experience and knowledge that you've gotten between the time when you established that business that you have now and the current moment. Masculines, you've got Three of Wands clarified by Knight of Cups. So masculines are setting their intentions towards love, towards healthier relationships in their life, right? It will be a little bit different for everyone, but let's focus on love for now, just like in the concept of romantic love, because a lot of us here are, you know, watching for the twin flame dynamic between the twins. So yes, that is included in the list. Why not? Basically, masculines are saying, okay, I actually realize now that I have a lot of feelings for this person, you know, want to be with them, but I'm still figuring out how do I do that, right? And this Three of Wands is like, maybe I'll just wait and see, right? But I'm becoming a lot clearer on what is it that I want to build. How do I want this life to look like, right? I'm just not sure exactly the steps that I'm supposed to take to get there, right? Or how am I supposed to tell you this is what I want? Because it sounds a little dry, right? It sounds a little calculated, and masculines don't want to sound that way. Additional question for today. 7 of Wands clarified by 9 of Wands. Look at all the fiery energy here. I mean, we are in Aries season, and we have a few planets in the Aries energy, but still, this is like fired up, a little bit egotistical, kind of like, you know what, my way or the highway. If you don't want to do it my way, then goodbye, have a nice day. That kind of energy. It's passion. It's like it's driven by passion, not just like I'm gonna do something opposite to what you want me to do. No, it's like there is true passion in it. Like, I really believe in this, that's why I'm doing it. But there's also little space for a conversation or finding compromise or trying to explain, because it's like, I don't need to explain. You know, if you're my, like, from my tribe, you're gonna get it. That kind of idea. What do the feminines need to know about this? The Empress clarified by 10 of Cups. Oof. You don't need to explain, divine feminines, but you need to first of all be in that high vibrational space yourself to attract the right tribe to your philosophy or way of living, whatever it is. But also remember that you are the Empress, so you are the nurturing, loving person, you know. We are expected to show up with a cup of love, you know, regardless of like temporary situation or some people not getting it. Like, that's the energy that we are supposed to be in for this to truly, how do I say this? I have the word penetrate, but it sounds a little off. Like, to get to people, really, to their hearts, you know, to be able to, for them to access this knowledge, this wisdom, this energy that you have for them. Even if it's great and you feel like they just don't know it yet, you know? But that's how you get it, the message across. Through a compassionate, loving, and caring way. Also by empathizing. Yeah, empathizing, that's right, with them. Masculines, you've got the High Priestess and Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, so this is a more feminine energy. This is Virgo, this is Pisces, but it's like very flowy. This is earth and water. This is like, notice the nuances, right? Like, pay attention to what's going on. It's like, don't just dismiss what people are giving you. Don't just be defensive about it, but pay attention to what they're saying. Pay attention to even the men behind the curtain, you know, like all these details matter. They are there in that picture, in that shot that you're looking at for a reason. And the universe is trying to tell you something that way, right? Or at the very least, your target audience is trying to tell you something that way, right? But it is about going with intuition and not necessarily focusing on the expectation, but like we've already talked about it, like savoring that journey, you know, taking things slowly. What are the messages, the guidance and love for divine feminines watching? Wow, a lot of cards. Twin flames, seduction, and date. Wow, very flirty, very romantic energy. Like, a little bit of seduction there, of temptation there. To me, it's associated with the dance, I'll be honest with you. Like the partner dance and Latin American dance specifically, where the dance is like the invitation, you know, it's like that flirtation but in motion. So I'm immediately picturing a dance between a man and a woman this way. So, you know, get into this energy, get excited about being with your person, whether you are already with them or not. I'm guessing that if you're watching this video, probably aren't. But even if you're with your soulmate and you're like, you know what, I'm actually pretty happy in love, right? Like, this is that season, this is that time for almost like rekindling that romance, if that's already somebody who you've been with for a while, right? Like, remembering those times when it was just your first date or your third date, and how exciting it was, and how much you wanted to, first of all, impress your person, most likely, and also were impressed by them, like stuff they were doing, stuff they were saying, how you learned about little things that each of you likes in communication, maybe in the physical intimacy and things like that, you know, your story of life, and like how it's part of, you know, how you're building your life right now. But it's very lighthearted, very, well, flirtatious. Get yourself into that energy, feminines. If you are looking to attract, then, I don't know, see what gets you into that mood, right? I just mentioned dance for myself. Maybe I would go and, you know, do a dance practice with my partner or something. You can take your girlfriend on a date to like just have some fun, but already, you know, dress up and have that vibe of like, okay, I'm out there, you know, I'm coming out, so to speak. What else? You can do, there's all kinds of stuff to get yourself into that flirty mood that you can look up online. I'm immediately thinking of something for like the bedroom stuff, and maybe getting yourself into that a little spiced up, you know, for that, like, I don't know, buying yourself a really sexy new lingerie, for example, right? Like, use your imagination. Oh, we already got something for the masculines, the healing heart. We saw that the other day, I think, and there is one that flipped here. Yep, the photograph. And girl with a snake. Wow. So masculines are still healing from some kind of karmic relationship they've been in that was pretty toxic, right? They could be looking at the photographs literally, or just remembering certain situations. And, you know, especially if they already know their divine feminine, like, they're seeing the contrast, and it's almost like they're beating themselves up for like, how could I have been so blind? Or like, that was just like right in my face, and I couldn't see it until it was too late, and, you know, I got too close to that person, and they just like hit me right into the heart. But it is work in progress, and just like on the topic of taking things slowly, take things slowly and be graceful with yourself, divine masculines. Don't rush it, but definitely make progress, and notice the nuances in this context as well, right? Like, what exactly happened? Why were you attracted to that behavior? Especially if you know now that it wasn't healthy. What were you trying to do? Were you trying to, you know, to please this person, to get their affection? Were you, I don't know, trying to be, you know, a noble masculine who like takes care of their person, and you like that feeling that they were maybe somewhere feeling needy, and you responded to that as a knight in shining armor, right? Like, look at those nuances, because that's where the lessons are. That's the treasure that, you know, that is the reason why that relationship was in your life to begin with. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. If you like the video, please like it and subscribe to my channel. And until next time,